All right. How's it going? Welcome. Good morning. Where's the things? Where's the thing with the thing? Where's the thing? The thing with the there. Study Monday. It's another day, another study day. This time around, I think I'll do it a little bit different. I'm going to be repeating this because not everyone is here, but 10 minutes per pose. So we're not going to do gestures. We're going to do 10-minute drawings, and we're going to deal with it that way. But I assume I'm going to repeat myself anyway, but that's fine. Hey Zelin, Captain Boss Ice Die, what's up? Man, the imposter syndrome is real. Ugh. I've run that lecture over again 2 times over the weekend. Still feels good. I'm still relaxed about it, but nevertheless, those emotions are in there, annoying me. Hey, Captain Boss. How's my favorite one-man wolf pack? But you're not already a one-man wolf pack, right? Now you have a wolf pack. You're actually +1, right? Your baby. Female wolf. Is that a Wolverine? Ulf. Ahoy, Cosmos. How's it going? Amir, what up? Just like last week, eh? You need to find a vent. You need to find a switch off button. Do something that makes you not think about it or shake those emotions off. And if it's sleep, you can always ask if it's okay for you to sleep like on the sofa or somewhere where there's not noises for like a day or 2, just so you can like charge the batteries, right? And then back to normal. And then you can offer the same to the missus, but maybe it's a bit different. I don't know. It's just an idea. You have to leave everything 1 week off. Just screw this. I'm gone. All right. So, anyways, like I said, I was most likely going to repeat myself, but today we're gonna do. You need to go to IFCC. That's nice. See you next year in May. I think it is. Last week of May or first week of May. But it's in May next year, I think. Hey, Francia. And by the way, there are tickets still for the art department in Berlin. We are playgrounds in Berlin. I think there's a few tickets left where I will hold a lecture. But the photos look amazing. They had one in Netherlands just now. I'll show you. It looked really cool. Looked very together, you know. I'll be up there. Looks really cool. So I'm looking forward to do the talk there. And yesterday night I painted that one. Was fun on stream. Good stuff. Anyway, let's do the study Monday. Let's not procrastinate anymore. So today's plan is 10 minutes per pose. Um, 10 minutes per pose. We're gonna have 3 poses, both male and female, and we're gonna just jump straight into 10-minute poses. I try to find interesting poses which has interesting light and interesting rotations and depth, so that with these 10-minute poses, we can try to dive a bit deeper. Poses in all its glory is great for capturing the motion, but without breaking down the body and figuring it out, how each limb is rotated in each direction, how the lighting is interacting with the volume and so on, the poses are arbitrary. And the same for these longer ones. If you don't understand capturing the pose and energy of it, your longer pose is gonna be pointless in a way, you know. So you gotta do a little bit of both. So hence we're doing longer poses today. And let's go. So 10 minutes started on this one. And for those who want these references, they are on the Nightbot command 'ref. I've uploaded it to my web domain, so the link is there. If you need it, you can snag it. But please don't cheat in looking at the other poses. If you do, it's going to be hard though, because the references are put together in next to each other. But you know, I kind of like the idea of not knowing what's coming, right? So that when you do sit down and look at it, you go, "Oh, this is interesting." Because when you're doing life drawing, you don't know what pose is coming, right? And it's a bit part of the charm to be thrown by the pose the model makes. Hey, Eternal Lady, how's it going? Hey, Aka Gria, what's up, Gria? So, obviously, I'm not gonna do warm-ups Thursday, Friday, because I will be in Germany doing my lecture. So, sadly, no feedback Friday this time around. I forgot to mention that, obviously, last Friday when I did the feedback Friday, because I could have mentioned, oh, by the way, I'm not going to be in. But nevertheless, because I'm stupid, I'm not thinking ahead. So I'm thinking ahead now. And again, I was informed earlier that there are still some tickets left for Berlin, if you want to go. It seems like I've never been to this workshop, but it seems really, really well put together. It's exciting. And also, there will be signing for the hardcover book, if anyone has purchased it, at the workshop too, at some point. We don't know when, but yeah. So we have done this for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes in. I've deliberately cropped her a bit in the frame. A little bit of artistic decision to make it a little bit more nicer. Why? Wanamir, there is a workshop, and now Thursday, Friday, called um, the Art Department Berlin. It's organized by We Are Playgrounds. I guess it's called We Are Playgrounds, the Art Department. It's in Berlin, at some, I don't remember the place. But the one in there was one in Amsterdam, and it just finished, and it was a roaring success. Lots of positive things about it. I will be holding a lecture there about how to art direct yourself, a little bit of like how to push your how to understand art direction and apply it to your own work and professionally and so on. It's not going to be like an in-depth like case study. It's going to be more of like broad terms theory and things to look out for. And also it's informative, this talk, about dealing with art directors and understanding, you know, like what an art director actually does and need to do, so that you can kind of with compassion understand their point of view. Frenchy Frencha, you think? Eternal Lady and cocaine? I don't know what art directors you've been dealing with, but in my experience, I would say none of them have been on cocaine. Or you mean you are on cocaine so that you have to deal with art directors? Okay, my leg here is significantly too short. The rotation. Where are we? 4 minutes left. All right. 3.5. I really like the lines in her pose. Very interesting to see all the, you know, the rib and so on. I decided to select my references a little bit better than using that website. That website is good, but you can't really decide the quality of the reference, and I was getting a little bit frustrated over it. So for the coming warm-ups or the study where we do anatomy, I think I'll curate the references and put them on my domain. We won't have that ability to time them, but I think the quality will be higher, and we will be able to learn more purely by the fact that the quality is higher of the references, where we can see rotation, where we can see depth, where we can see lighting. Eternal Lady, maybe both. Maybe you're all on cocaine. Just cocaine party, left and right. Everyone looks like they're chewing bubblegum. Maybe that's more E's and Molly's. Then aren't you chewing your chewing your teeth then. Oh yeah, oh, yeah. Don't do drugs, kids. One minute left. Ah. Okay. I kind of like this. A little bit longer poses. You can adjust. You can fix. You can draw a little bit differently. You can look at the references a lot more. You can gauge a little bit more where the direction of things. I think it's a really healthy time frame to do a study in, especially if you combine it with gesture like fast gestures, then you can really get going, you know. Hey, Art the Erg. Okay, next pose. Look at that dynamic guy. Oh shit. Armpit raised high. Fresha. I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. That's a really cool motion in this reference. This guy is actually doing the punch. He knows how to do the punch. You can see how in the fashion he's placed himself, put the weight on the legs and so on. He knows how to punch. Hey Fight Milk, how's it going? So for those who want to join in doing these studies, they're 10 minutes each. If you want the reference, apostrophe ref. If you're drawing with me, that's cool. But yeah, it's really healthy practice, especially for a character artist. His head is kind of throwing me off a bit. It's interesting. He's looking up but face down in perspective. And I kind of miss the what's it called, of real world media when you draw a life drawing, how each line has a, you know, a tendency not to, you don't have a English. I tend not to erase when I'm doing life drawing, and I try to have the lines matter more, but it's an interesting thing doing it digitally when you know it's like erasing is just as quick as making the mark, and you can change tool rather fast, where with pen and paper erasing, you know, you need to shift with your hand, you need to pick up the eraser, you need to do this and you need to do that. And I think there is a dilution using digital in terms of the sense of you need to make this mark count. Digitally, you tend to be a lot messier, and I don't think that's beneficial. So maybe should somehow have a, or we should maybe introduce a rule in terms of how sloppy you can be with online art, because most definitely we're losing some of this kind of what's the word I'm looking for, fact of a pen mark. Fight milk, definitely sick of that latex suit reference. Frenchy, these references are, I googled them, just like safe for work references, poses or something. And they are on my website. So if you type 'ref, you get these three references that I collected. But they are not from one singular website. They are just Google Images type deal. Hey, Art the Erg. Raise his elbow above and reduce hand. Yeah, I'm messed up this. For sure. And the other hand, I'd say it's too undefined. It's a bit hard to judge, really. What is hand and what is scribble? Eternal Lady. Well, interesting that you say that. I have one illustration that's definitely not safe for work in the latest book, hardcover. There's the curve on that leg that I have not nailed correctly. There's a tension there in the what they call it, sinew? No. Tendon. Tendon is called in English. Tendons. Not muscles, but tendons, right? Like in the fingers. There's no muscles in the fingers, but they're tendons? In Swedish it's called senor. Tendons. Right. That's good. Good to know. My English is dog shit today. My apologies. It's Monday after all. There's a rotation here that I'm kinda not nailed. He's rotating a bit forward all the way to the hip kinda, but then he's jutting this side slightly forward, and he's kind of up on this knee because it's in motion. think I need to tuck this in. Should probably raise that knee. 1 minute left. Ah. Oh no. Only gamers have muscles in their fingers. I mean, some people who are intelligent have muscles in their brain, right? That use that brain muscle. Or so I heard. I mean, the hand has muscles. There are muscles here. But in the fingers, they're tendons. There's no muscles in the fingers themselves. Okay, time is up. Shit. I didn't get the head rotation correct. Or really, I mean, the head should be moved. This is what you can't do with traditional media. It should be like more like that to get that swooshiness in the pose. I didn't nail the pose, but nevertheless, study, right? And this is the last study, the last 10-minute one. Hey Sharsa, how's it going? What's up? I really like this reference, by the way. It's a bit obscure. It's a little bit hard to understand, potentially. But the amount of foreshortening and light and shapes are fantastic. I really like the reference. And you can, this guy is definitely, he definitely doesn't eat cheeseburgers. Like someone else I know. Maybe too many cheeseburgers. Maybe he needs to eat more cheeseburgers. Hey dude, have some cheeseburgers. Stop making me feel bad. Damn it. This is also the idea of why I like this reference is also the foreshortening is gonna throw a lot of people off, including me. And that's why, for example, when you go and do these what are they called? Landmarks. It's really important to try to map them out and not be thrown by the foreshortening and the camera, you know. Which I am. But that's why we do studies, right? That's the bicep. And it's also here very evident this rhythm thing I talked about the previous Feedback Friday about the importance of how nature have made the muscles and how it's not like a linked sausage, the shapes, they're always going next to each other or intersecting. Hey Nareda, how's it going? You run out of client work? Commissions? Sharsa? Oh no. Hopefully, you've been playing it smart. You have some stuff, money saved up, because December is not far away. And then the infamously horrible January. Can I speak English today? How did I say January? January? Oh my brain. Come on, fucking brain. January. January? Why does that sound wrong? January. January. I give up. It's not not a day for English, I guess. God damn it. January. January? Now I'm just confusing myself. I literally don't know how to say January. January. Today. Shit. January. January. Rip. January. Yeah, absolutely. It's okay. I'm not gonna be using the word January other than on this stream today. Mark my words. I'm just gonna be like this month or first month of the year until tomorrow when I actually can pronounce the first month of the year. Horrific. Now this little triangle of muscle at the lower arm where the elbow goes to the lower arm, fascinating. Like, sir, your muscles have a muscle. Have they gone rogue? But no, that is when it's attached to the joint. And but nevertheless fascinating. Tricep? How does this area here work with? I haven't really. So that's the chest muscle on top of the rib cage, ribs, and whatever that's called in Latin, the pit where those three major groups connect, always are awkward. Then wrap around the rib cage. Rib cage and stomach muscle. Narrator. January. I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. I'll survive. But I must say, fascinating pose, fascinating light and all that. Fun study. 1 minute left. I like how the calf muscle, when there's someone who's exercised it, it turns flat, like a disc. It's really fascinating. Rather than a lump, like it's on a lot of people. Like when there's not a lot of fat on that calf, it turns flat, and obviously he's pumped it. Nevertheless, cool. Needs to go. Angle needs to be higher up because we're seeing it from below. Kind of attaches there. It's a bit hard to see with the underwear, but the thigh goes all the way up to here. And then this lump is actually towards the butt. Is it? Time is up. Pronunciation. Pronunciation, that's no problem. I can pronounce pronunciation. But January. Screw you. I'm gonna not say January anymore today. Alright. Let's find someone to raid and pass on this pronunciation curse on to. Should we look at someone playing video games? Sci-fi Star Citizen? Or should we raid someone with art that's arting? Or video games? There's not a lot of people arting this morning. Dragon's Dogma. Or Chloe. Chloe is the only one running the banner of art. Oh, she's drawing frogs. Let's raid frogs. Raid Chloe Ventura. I cursed ya. Frenchy. Indeed you did. Alright, we're gonna raid Chloe. She is a Latvian living in Denmark doing traditional art. Really lovely. Great calm stream. So make sure to give her some love. I'm gonna do the outro, and after the outro take you to the raid, so don't go anywhere. Have fun doing these anatomy studies, 10 minutes each. They're really interesting and will teach you a lot when you look a bit longer. Have a good day, good night if you're in that part of the world, and see you tomorrow. Bye.